Hi, I'm Dr. Natasha Wilks, and I wanted to talk to you about the Wellbeing and Practice online program. You may be asking, how does it apply to me? Why should I even consider taking something like this? What I want you to realize is your well-being and your mental health is so important for your performance in practice, for the success of your career. We work in a really busy profession. It's high stress, it's high demand. We're working at a high level consistently all the time. And your well-being and your mental health is critical to your performance. Have you ever worked where you've had an empty cup? Have you ever had a run of days where you're absolutely exhausted? And it's not just one day, but it's every day. And by the end of the week, you're just so tired. Now, what happens if that occurs over and over and over and again? And no matter how much you sleep and exercise and eat well and take a break, you just feel tired all the time. That's the impact of not looking after your mental health. That's the impact of an environment that doesn't suit you. And what happens is if we don't look after our well-being, we become depleted. It's like no matter what we do, we can't fill the cup up. And ideally, you want to work with a cup that gets full, even fuller than this, because that gives you capacity during the workday and during the work week and during your work month to cope with the challenges of practice. So well-being is really important, and mental health is really important. And a high level of mental health is feeling good and functioning well. Now, if you look back on the last week and the last month and the last couple of months, how do you think you're going in that respect? Are you consistently feeling good and functioning well? Or are you starting to only have average mental health? Are you starting to languish in your mental health? Because if you don't prioritize your mental health, you won't feel good and you won't function well, but it may happen so slowly you don't realize. And the biggest challenge to our mental health is chronic stress. So I created the Wellbeing and Practice course to teach you about the importance of mental health and what your mental health is, what it's composed of, and why it's critical for your performance in practice. Now, with your mental health, we have things that deplete us. And like I said, it is things that are normal in the workday. They can be a busy schedule. It can be, a lot of cases to deal with. It can be difficult clients, and they will deplete us and they will empty our cup. But what happens is if we prioritize our mental health and we do things at the end of each day that replenish us, then that is okay because we begin to fill our cup up again. So sleep, being active, eating well, and rest, such as taking a lunch break and taking regular holidays, that helps to replenish us. That helps to fill our cup up. But we're the type of people in practice in that we continually push ourselves and believe that we don't need breaks. Breaks and holidays are for wimps. And that's a really negative mindset. And these are the people who eventually do burn out. They either burn out, they have health challenges, they have relationship breakdowns, and they have challenges in practice. And it may not happen straight away, but it will happen over a long period of time. And if you don't look after your mental health, you end up with compassion fatigue and burnout and possible mental health issues. So I created this program to make you recognize what your common stresses are, and everybody's is different. So by going through this course, you learn that what stresses you in practice. I actually have a module where we talk about clients because I know for a lot of veterinarians, clients can be the biggest stressor in practice. So that's what depletes you. Then I focus on what replenishes you, what fills your cup back up. And I talk about resilience. What resilience strategies can you take on board? And I talk about a couple of things that commonly impact veterinarians' mental health. It's the way we interpret both good and adverse events. And at the end, at the very last module, I talk about the key strategies that actually increase the capacity of your cup. So what happens is you end up with a bigger cup and a bigger cup to fill. And what that does is that gives you more capacity to cope. And that's important because we will have challenges in our lives. There may be financial challenges. It might be relationship challenges. It can be an adverse outcome with a case. It might be a really busy period and you don't have enough staff in practice. But by having a bigger capacity, a much bigger capacity, it means that you can cope better with the challenges. So this course is teaching you the basics about your mental health, but it's also teaching you how you can positively impact your mental health. And that's really important for high performance. So I highly recommend this program. Definitely take it, revisit the principles over and over, and use the strategies to enhance your mental health. I'm Natasha Wilks from High Performance Vets. I look forward to seeing you in the course.